On this very, very important occasion. One word comes to mind just when I think about what's about to take place, and it's the word, a four-letter word, hope. Hope. Today is about hope. And I just want to thank the organizers, Sister Carol and all the others. Thank you for the invitation to be a part of this very, very important ceremony this evening, because I think this is what we are called to do. We're called to inspire hope and to bring hope to the lives of so many. And when we think of our children and children in the far places of Africa, Liberia and Jamaica, and even children who are in this country, we recognize that as a people of God, we have such an awesome responsibility. We're all incredibly blessed to be here in the United States of America, where we receive so much and we take so much for granted. And when we recognize the little that many of our children all over the world are surviving on, we have to count ourselves blessed and recognize that the blessings that we have received, we have a responsibility to others. That our calling and our blessings are not only for ourselves.
Of the society. They were the ones that were dependent upon others for everything. It's interesting because even little infants in various places throughout the world in antiquity were sacrificed. They were sacrificed, and their infant bodies were used to help fortify the walls and gates of the city. And it was done with the belief that if we sacrifice babies and use their bodies as part of the foundation for the city walls, they will be strong and be able to withstand the attack of our enemies. Isn't it ironic that you would find groups of people that would sacrifice their future for their present? The irony. You want to be safe and be kept so that you will live on, but you kill off your heirs in order to guarantee that. So who will be left to inherit the city?
I remember I had the privilege of going to the continent of Africa several times, and my first time going, I went to Ghana, and the bus that we were traveling in from one place to the next, I noticed wherever we went, there were children who would gather around the buses, and they would beg, and you would think that, you know, all these fancy stuff they'll be begging for, all they asked for was a pen. All they asked for was a pencil. Mommy, mommy, you have any pen? You have any pencil? That's all. And I was so visibly moved by what I saw when I thought back of New York City, and I saw so many opportunities that our young people have and are wasting it, that these children were just running down the buses just to get a pen, just to get a pencil. So what you're doing here this evening is so important.
How many times have we witnessed societies sacrificing their young for the present? I can remember traveling throughout various parts of the globe and seeing people selling children. They are selling off their offspring so that they might get to eat and live a certain lifestyle. I have seen people hire out their children to beggars so that beggars could be on the street with their infant children, hoping that people will feel sorry for them if they're holding a child in their arms, to give them money. Pimping their children. That's what they were doing. So even though we can see what happened in antiquity, we can just take a look around us and see that our society today is guilty of a lot of the same evil. I am not forgotten. I am not forgotten. God knows my name. He knows my name. Say it again. He knows my name.
I don't come before you today as an evangelist or a pastor, but I am a longtime colleague and a longtime friend of Brother Sam Camara. Sammy and I have been working at the Botanical Garden, Sammy for 35 years, me for 22 years before I retired. And in my job, I was responsible for about 150 employees. The one thing that set Sammy aside from all the others, when everyone would have some downtime, some personal time for lunchtime or personal breaks, people like to talk amongst themselves about politics, sports. Sammy always was off to himself with the Bible. And if it wasn't the Bible, he was playing the recorder. And I took notice of Sammy playing the recorder and also reading the Bible. And through the years, Sammy and I developed a relationship where we would constantly talk about our upbringing, about our religious beliefs. And Sammy would constantly preach the Bible. He would talk about raising his family and how the garden provided him with an opportunity to raise his family, but also support the church. It was about 6 months ago, Sammy approached me with this idea of this launching ceremony for reaching out to children with kindness. And Sammy really got me interested in it, and Sammy and I started talking about the children. And I could see how Sammy's life and his work relates to what this is all about. You see, Sammy is a tradesman. He works with his hands. He builds, and he builds from the ground up. He builds with the foundation in mind. And Sammy's a true believer that he's just amongst one of many that's the mortar of the foundation. Because we all know that the children are nothing without us educate them, without us helping them grow, without us watching out for their health to grow up to be our future. Sammy is just one of many that does that. And it's Sammy's true conviction that I'm a true believer that this is going to work. And it's many of you like Sammy that's going to make it work.
Consulate General of Jamaica, New York. Message from Consul General Herman G. Lamont, who is not able to be here today. Today, I am privileged to extend special greetings and good wishes to your new organization, Reaching Out to Children with Kindness, Inc., R.O.C.K. Investments in children guarantee the future of mankind, and we have a duty to nurture all our children, whether they are in Liberia, the United States of America, Jamaica, or any country on earth. Therefore, I laud R.O.C.K for its intervention. I know there are many organizations which are diligently catering to the needs of our young ones, but the needs are varied and many. Consequently, it is a good thing to have many helpers in the vineyard. Beulah Church of God Seventh-day, Inc. today supports the birth of R.O.C.K, which no doubt is expected to demonstrate the godlike qualities necessary to change the lives of children, particularly those who are currently underserved. It is encouraging to note your stated mission in reaching out to children and young teens, supporting them in obtaining education, healthcare, spiritual formation, and leadership development. Some children need more than material support, and I am particularly grateful for the spiritual and psychological support you will give to the youth at this time as they undergo the atrocities of violence and brutality. I pray that your fundraising campaign will bear fruits sufficient to buoy R.O.C along in its quest to join already serving organizations in the pursuit of securing the welfare of tomorrow's generation. May God's blessings cover you and this youthful organization as you strive to fulfill the charge given to us by the Christ. God bless you.
We are called to follow Jesus' example. It is so interesting that when I read the back of this and I saw it says, what can your gift provide to needy children and teens? Meals, education, health care, spiritual formation, leadership development. What was Jesus' ministry? This is a description of the ministry that Jesus had. The very thing that this organization is providing to children and teens are the same things that Jesus provided during his earthly ministry. So it is solid in terms of its biblical foundation. All it needs is you. That's it.